What's up guys, my name is Joe and it's time to take a look at some of the best hairstyling options you have for the summer of 2019. It's been interesting going back over my own videos over the years and seeing these subtle differences that, men's hair has changed and evolved, because at the end of the day, a lot of men's hairstyles look kind of similar, but there are subtle tweaks and differences that you can do in both the haircut and the hairstyle that can keep you kind of up to date and looking fresh. Now, I have a really important update regarding BluMaan products because we have a price increase coming at the end of this month. I'm gonna explain, all of the reasons and what's happening at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around so you can be filled in and, get what's going on. But for now, let's get right into it. One of the biggest trends I've seen for the summer is leaving the crispy, perfect hairstyles in the past and starting to embrace the more messy, disheveled looks, especially on the sides and back. So, not really what I have going on right now, but we'll get into this in a bit. It's summer, so keeping your hair on the shorter end is going to be the most comfortable, but at this point in time, it's all about that messy, disheveled look. What's really cool right now is rocking that kind of grown out undercut look. That's the simplest way to put it. This hairstyle is essentially a more relaxed, carefree, yet slightly grungy look that really separates itself from the crispy, clean undercuts that we've been seeing for years now. Daniel Alfonso actually gives great examples of this cut, as you can see from these examples here. The finished haircut still follows that short back and sides principle, but leaves enough hair to be played with. Embracing the imperfect yet really well styled hair, that's what we're going for. It's good news really, because it just means that you don't have to, get your lineup every 2 weeks or very often. Just play with that little messier, that more imperfect look, and that's gonna fit right in for the summer of 2019. Number two, if you're the kind of guy who has to keep the sides clean and tidy, like what I've got going on right now, although this is kind of recent, I haven't taken it this short in a while, if you've noticed from my previous videos. But if that's you, you need it crispy on the sides, then just have a little bit of character and throw in some life on top. Don't make it so perfect all over. Here's some examples of what I'm not talking about. These hairstyles, even though technically styled really well, are honestly a little outdated at this point in time. They're too crispy, like I said before, they're too clean and perfect, and just look a little too schoolboy and generic. Instead, you can still rock a fresh looking undercut and keep it short at the sides, but just have fun with the top. Throw it around a little, embrace that messier look. A messier undercut that is still styled really well just looks so rugged and masculine. You get the opposite of that try-hard effect, and instead you're left with a style that looks effortlessly cool. And something that's effortlessly cool, that's better. All right. Third up works with either an undercut or with longer hair on the sides, and that's a messy side part. You can see at this point, the messy hairstyles are definitely the reoccurring running theme for the summer of 2019. This is a great option for those of you who still want a more professional looking hairstyle, but want to keep it trendy at the same time. See, again, I'm not talking about these perfect, crispy side parts. These hairstyles fall under the same category as we talked about before. Instead, I'm talking about a part that still looks intentional and defined, but just not perfectly done. This is again good news, because it's a lot easier to achieve a messy side part than it is a perfectly straight side part. So, it's making life easier for yourself. Also, a lot of people correlate side parts with shiny finished hairstyles, but the matte finished side part hairstyles are really cool right now and continue to fall under that effortlessly cool look. You can't go wrong with that. Next up, what do you know? We are continuing down that effortless vibe with a messy slick back. This is for those of you guys with slightly longer hair, something that I was personally doing towards the end of our hair growth challenge a couple months ago. The idea here is to control your hair loosely into a backwards direction, but just don't worry about it being too slick or in place. A lot of guys who go for that slick back hairstyle just load up their hair with tons of product because they want to make sure that the hair's not going to move. They want it to be so crispy, perfect, but having too much product is just, it leans towards the more unnatural side. The whole point here is keeping your hair looking as natural and as effortless as possible. Instead, give yourself a good blow dry. Just emphasize on the blow dry. A blow dry will always help your hair look more natural if you've done it properly. And throw in some product to give you some control, but just not too much so you're not, you don't want to try and force it down. Just let your hair go with the flow a little bit. Monarch Matte Paste by BluMaan is a great option to give you some control and some hold, but it's not going to stick it in place. You're still going to be left with that nice loose flowy feel, but it's just going to look in place. So if you guys want to check that out or any other BluMaan products, of course, I've got that link down below. Our last great summer hairstyle is one that I can't quite find the right name for, but it's along the lines of like a faux hawk type of look. The idea here is keeping your sides as clean as you like, but leaving a little extra length towards the back for the top of your hair to blend into. This helps again take away from that crispiness that a traditional undercut provides, but still keeps the overall hairstyle looking tidy. That said, it it gives you a lot of versatility in terms of texture, which at the end of the day, that's what summertime is all about. It's that texture, that loose flow, that just carefree vibe, but really well styled at the same time. Now, I told you there's an update regarding BluMaan prices, so if you've made it this far in the video, this is what's going on. Coming July 30th, we're gonna be increasing the prices of our products by $2. So our styling range will be increased by $2, except for cloud control, which is gonna stay exactly the same. Basically, over the past couple of years that we've been running, the cost of our raw ingredients that make up our line has been getting more and more expensive, and we've just never done anything to match the fact that our ingredients are getting more expensive to make our products. So there's been a lot of back and forth between the team, like internally, but we've come to the decision that it's gonna be the best for everyone for us to increase the price by $2 in order to continue to provide the highest quality products that we possibly can. Not only for the products that we have currently, but also going down into the future. The last thing that I would ever want to do is start cutting corners in terms of the quality and the finished product. So that's not even something I was going to consider. I understand if it's going to take some time to adjust, but I just wanted to fill you guys in, be transparent, and let you guys know it's happening July 30th. So if you want to stock up on some BluMaan product, you have between now and then to get it at the price that it is currently. So yes, I just wanted to fill you in, make sure that to let you guys know before it actually happened, just so you know we're all on the same page pretty much. With that said, hope you guys find a new 2019 summer hairstyle, and I'll see everybody next time.